Hi guys, it's me again. I'm reflecting more about these documentaries I saw last days, and I comment about my perspective as a mother and how do I feel the judgment that is done to these mothers of the children that are being abused, because also a mother of one. But I've been talking about these narcissistic people, and I feel the sociopaths and stuff, and there is some interesting thing that I reflect about, that is that when they are abusers, predators, they are well aware of who they are in this regard. So they've been creating a fantasy for a long time on how they will prey on people. So even if you are prepared for you study, you still can fall in some trap like that. Even if you study psychologist, a very wise person, intelligent person, you still can be a subject of being a victim of those people. Because what it is that they are planning beforehand, before they even meet you, before they ever see the victim. So it's not about you specifically, but they've been prepared for a long time to prey on people. For example, my ex-husband, father of my children, he talked, and it wasn't a secret for anyone, that he wanted to have a little girl. He wanted to have a daughter. It was his dream forever. So when he had his daughter, he abused her. And I wonder, how many years in his life, even before he had a daughter, that he planned on what he was going to do. He planned whatever he did. He had a fantasy for a long time, and he had this desire, and then he just decided, I will do one day. That's my plan. I came along and I was perfect for his plan. It doesn't mean... I don't think there was anything I could do at that time, unless not get involved with him. But as soon as you get into the trap, it's almost unavoidable that you're gonna be abused. In the case of Michael Jackson, for example, he was already like the both men that are coming out now talking about abuse that they suffer by Michael Jackson. Yeah, he had all his fantasy about children. And then people say, oh, some people didn't get abused by him. A lot of people come out saying they didn't get abused by him. It doesn't mean that he abused all the children. But this Neverland fantasy for him, for a long time planning, carefully planned to entice children, and all parading of these children. It's like a porn parade of children that he is. It's just like you see, for his desire, he would watch these children and studying carefully these children, their behavior, what to do that they like. You know what I mean? They are carefully planning and really prepared. They may take years to act on it, but they will do a perfect job to lure people, lure everybody. And like he had this perfect amusement park. What a kid don't like amusement park, you know? So you can feel totally impotent in front of all this planning carefully and following and make you fit into the dream like it's an innocent thing. And they really want to prey on you and can be the worst predators in history. And the way they play as victims. This is very important. You think about, I'm from a poor, I'm still poor, I'm never been rich. But to think about it, how Michael Jackson was able to play the victim, like he was a lonely person, even though his family is huge. You know, always popping up this Jackson family people that I don't know everybody. And then these families of these boys and these people that were with him in Neverland saying, oh, he was so lonely, guy. He was only lonely because he wanted to. Lonely as isolating people, isolating himself from people that could call on him. That is what it is. The predators know exactly how to prey as victims. And that's one of the reasons the victims don't come out. They don't want to be perceived as victims. We are made, the real victims are made to feel guilty about, even show emotions and feel as victims. At the same time, the predators play as victims and people, oh, poor Michael Jackson is just a multi-billionaire. It is amazing. It is something totally incredible that they can actually pull this off. But I was watching a documentary. I don't know if people notice about this in the Living Neverland documentary. One thing I noticed, because I was living in that time, there was this investigation on him and everything. But I noticed one thing. I don't know if everybody, he played how he was, all the families of the boys and everybody commenting how he was sick before, during the trial and during the procedures. He was very sick, but in the end, when he was acquitted, he was dancing and jumping and went on top of the car, and people cannot see this. He wasn't fucking sick, he was playing the whole time. Amazing. Amazing. And now R. Kelly, I see some interviews with R. Kelly. He came with this interview there and is praying as a victim that he was a good person. There is a fucking video. I saw the video, unfortunately. A video that he filmed himself having sex with an underage girl. She looked like 12 to 14 years old. And he said, oh, I'm so good-hearted, and crying, pounding is so outrageous for me. So yes, it's something to think about it too, to reflect and learn, because there is something about a society that wants all to have us women and children and the real victims. They have so much romanticized of what a perfect victim should be. But the only people that can be this perfect victim in reality are the predators, because they really know how to play it right. And there is very little you as a normal person can do when you're faced with a predator, because they've been planning this for years. You've not been planning to being victimized, but they've been planning to victimize you or anybody like you. You are just an object in their fantasy. So, yeah, that's my second thought about this. Hopefully, so what I can say about this is that I wouldn't blame their families. I don't blame the victims. And with certain logic, I don't even blame the predators, because the society is so welcoming to them. You know, we as a society have to be punishing them. It's not them punishing themselves. You cannot, we cannot expect that the predators just stop themselves if the society allows them to be, allows them be, and just criticizing the victims and their families, or any woman, the nearest woman that is around. So that's it. Beijinhos.